How do you think about leadership in your role, and what works for you to attract and retain, motivate the best talent so that you can get all these initiatives done across the different business units that you oversee?
My success and others that are successful in these types of roles, it's definitely hiring the right people and training them right. And, I don't need to know everything, and I'm not surely the expert in everything. And it was funny, our global CFO, we were talking about some, what on a position or something. And I said, oh, I have a person for that. He's like, you got a person for everything. I'm like, well, I've been around, for 33 years. And I said, listen, my mantra is I'm going to hire smarter people than me. I'm going to hire people that do this better than I do and do that better than I do. And then my job is to coordinate everything. So that's how I approach it. Being, starting as a fund accountant where I literally did NAVs manually, and did cash flow statements manually and did all my allocations files and all that, definitely helped me in this industry and be a leader, because I played in the weeds and I know things. And once in a while I'd catch something and they would look at me like, how did you know that waterfall was wrong? And I'm like, well, how do you think I got this job? I used to know how to do some of that stuff. And so I think, I roll up my sleeves, I get involved with the projects, but I don't micromanage. And, I teach my managers to delegate. I'm like, if you're doing everything, you're not managing, right? Like, have good people under you that are learning. So we have succession plans and you can help do another thing. Like there's, one of my managers is now helping me implement, part of this workday. We're just about done. And I have another thing lined up for this person. And I'm like, all right, let's get this done and make sure someone under you can now take it over once it's set up so that you can help me over here. And, that type of management style, I think resonates well. Constant feedback is good. When you get to an annual performance review, there shouldn't be many differences, right? From my manager doing their self-review and my thought of their review, very little disconnect. And if there is, that means I didn't do a good job. And I teach them the same way. If you have a disconnect on that with one of your employees, that means you were not communicating properly during the year. It's a fine line. You got to give constructive criticism, but you also have to motivate them.